Yeah, and I heard this from Dan Miller, but somebody else wrote this. So here it said, I'll just read this out. An American investment banker was at the pier of a small coastal Mexican village when a small boat with just one fisherman docked. Inside the small boat were several large yellowfin tuna. The American complimented the Mexican on the quality of his fish and asked how long it took to catch them. The Mexican replied, only a little while. The American then asked, why didn't he stay out longer and catch more fish? The Mexican said he had enough to support his family's immediate needs. The American then asked, but what do you do with the rest of your time? He said, I sleep late, fish a little, play with my children, take siestas with my wife, Maria, stroll into the village each evening where I sip wine and play guitar with my amigos. I have a full and busy life. The American scoffed. I'm a Harvard MBA and I can help you. You should spend more time fishing and with the proceeds, buy a bigger boat. With the proceeds from the bigger boat, you could buy several boats. Eventually, you would have a fleet of fishing boats. Instead of selling your catch to middlemen, you would sell directly to the processor, eventually operating your own cannery. You would control the product, processing, and distribution. You would need to leave this small coastal fishing village and move to Mexico City, then LA, and eventually New York City, where you will run your expanding enterprise. The Mexican fisherman asked, but how long will this all take? The American replied, 15 to 20 years. And then Mexican says, but what then? The American laughed and said, that's the best part. When the time is right, you would announce an IPO and sell your company stock to the public and become very rich. You would make millions. Okay. And the Mexican says, millions, then what? The American said, then you would retire, move to a small coastal fishing village where you would sleep late, fish a little, play with your kids, take siestas with your wife, stroll to the village at evening where you could sip wine and play your guitar with your amigos.
It's that cycle. I think in this success path, there is different steps, but the pain point is, I think, what pushes you to the next. If you don't have that pain point and you enjoy being a solo entrepreneur,
yeah,
then you can do that. I did not. That's why I wanted to grow and started to grow a team.
Yeah.
Took on a little too many projects. So I feel like I've been unfrazzled and gone back to frazzled. And I think this roller coaster that I'm on, reading the E-Myth helped me understand, like, I'm an entrepreneur. I like to build. But the problem is I should be bolting those pieces onto my business, not just bouncing to the next thing. I'd love to light the fire and go, I'm on to the next. I'm going to build something else. That process I enjoy, but it's not a consistent business, because as I get older and have to continue to restart, that's when the profits drop and then my wife gets nervous. So I think that story is a perfect vision of the unfrazzled can be at different positions. It's what do you enjoy? Like you said, what floor do you want to be on? Where do you want to stay? I want to become unfrazzled, but I think first I got to figure out, what is it that I like to do? What am I both passionate and proficient about?
See you guys in the next episode.